It actually feels like I'm on drugs right now watching this. That video is awesome. Super creative work. It's ultra impressive. In this video, we're reacting to and breaking down some of the editing tricks behind some of the coolest sports video edits that I've seen recently on Instagram. Hey, what's going on? My name is Peter Sarellas. I'm a videographer and editor based out of Ottawa and Toronto, Canada. And yeah, in this video, we're going through my Instagram saved folder. Like whenever I see something that's like really cool in the sports or fitness space, I save it to a specific folder on Instagram for like work inspiration. And today I just want to go through that folder and like give a shout out to some of the awesome work being done on Instagram and talk about how some of these effects are practically done in an editor, so that maybe you can go back and recreate some of them or take some of the concepts and apply them to your own work. Let's start with this one. I think this one was pretty cool.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, and her my babies.
That's awesome. So obviously this is a video that's gonna catch your attention no matter what when you're scrolling. The video is cut perfectly to the audio. Obviously it's trending audio from the time that it was posted, which helps on social media. The fact that it's so fast and it's so unique, like there's people who have done fast cut sequences on intros before, but to have the clip go forward and then reverse all in sync to the beat from so many different angles, and to do it with a drone is so different from what most people do in their intros. And then right on the drop, you have the stadium literally fly into the air and then smack down, and then the scene pops out into a wide shot. If someone tells you to make a video showing off a stadium, that doesn't seem inherently interesting. But when you think of creative editing techniques that you can use to make literally a building that doesn't move or do anything look so cool, that I think shows a really high level of creative work. And clearly like this is an English Premier League side. Like of course the people who are doing the creative over there are going to be at the top of their craft. The editing here isn't like overly challenging. It's a bit of zooming in, a bit of zooming out, like the one like effect with the stadium plopping down, which requires a little bit of masking. And besides that, just speed ramping and like reversing clips. But to conceptualize this and decide that this is how you're going to show off a stadium, like it is so cool. And I know that the production of this, like getting the drone in the air and thinking about all the different shots you were going to get to include off in the intro to like bring people in, like I know that took a lot of time. I'm just surprised no one's done this yet, or maybe I just didn't see it, but like this is fantastic. So big shout out to them. It makes you think about the different ways that you can incorporate cameras that aren't just your mirrorless camera or like your DSLR or your cinema camera into an edit to make a more engaging video. All right, let's pick something else here. I like a good football video. Let's pick out this one. I love like the high camera angle that they're using with the stabilization effect. I've obviously done stabilization effect tutorials on this channel. If you're new here, I'll link one up here that you can go check out. And I've also filmed a lot of football on this channel, but I don't think I've actually filmed football from this angle for a consistent period of time. It's so engaging. It gives me the vibe of like a basketball video filming from the rafters, and like obviously that's filming from the rafters trend. I think it started with like the Atlanta Falcons or Atlanta United or something, where like you go to like the very top of a stadium and film directly down and then stabilize. Has become a trend and people are picking up on it. But like even just filming from the crowd like this and stabilizing football, which is a sport that people normally film on like ultra telephoto lenses from the sideline, it's really engaging because it's just a different angle. This is more so how people will film hockey because they need to shoot over the boards to get a clean image without shooting through the glass. And like no one films football like that because you just don't have to do that for football, and like make something like this that just stands out from other football videos because no one else is doing it, even if it's not like particularly challenging to do. I think it's a really cool, engaging idea. And it kind of makes you think, like, no matter what you're filming, whether you're filming football or a different sport or even not sports at all, like how is everyone filming that thing that you're filming? And then how can you film it differently to make your work stand out? It's very thoughtful. And I think that's a really effective way to show off your work. It only has 19 comments, but I think this video deserves a lot more than 19 comments because of how unique it is and the way that it shows off this game. All right, let's pick another video here that I remember having really good sound design, and I thought the effects were really cool, so I definitely want to talk about it. I love that clone effect. And the speed ramping, the flashing lights like for the fake camera effect. It's short and sweet. This is literally gymnastics. Like I don't know how many people you see making gymnastics edits. This might be the first one I've seen, and it goes super hard. Like, I've done a tutorial on that clone effect that Giovanni is doing off the start as well. So if you want to see how to do that, you can go check out this video. The difference between what I did in my tutorial and this clone effect here is, instead of having all the clones stay on the screen and be camera tracked, every single clone has like a glow effect on it and is fading in like 5 frames or so before the gymnast actually gets to the clone. And then when she hits it and the frame lines up, it's fading off and the next clone is fading in. This was obviously a ton of rotoscope work that went into this. I really appreciate the sound design, how you can hear like the little ding sound every time she hits one of her clones. And then it zooms in. You have a really cool speed ramp effect as she does her flip off and dismounts. And you have the white flash that you've added on the screen to match the camera shutter effect, which is fully something that you didn't need to add. This video would have been great without them, but like it makes it that much better. And then you have her like put her hands up and like completely glow at the end, which like, one, just screams like, yeah, success, like I did a great job, but 2, just like ties back in super well with the rest of the edit. Like, you had all those glowing clones, you had like flashes and glows throughout this video, and then you have her glowing at the end here. Now, like if you zoom in here, you can see that like there's a bit of like stuff between the fingers that's like not necessarily rotoed properly. Roto brushing between fingers is like so hard and takes so much time. And I didn't even notice until I watched this video like 10 times through for this breakdown and paused specifically on this frame. So like, not knocking you for that. I might let that slide as well, if I'm being fully honest, depending on what the purpose of the video is. All in all, I think the masking work here is like super clean. The concept is ultra creative. You put a ton of time into it, and like it clearly shows. Let's see how many views this video has. This video literally has 2 million views on Reels, and I think there's a really good reason for that. It's pretty sick. Actually, this deserves a follow. This is gonna be a follow. Yeah, good job, man. That video is awesome. Super creative work. And again, you're thinking of a unique way to film a sport that not a lot of people film. Obviously, it helps that you have like an ultra famous person in your shot. Like, that's just going to generally give you like that baseline level of interest from people when someone's being like searched up a lot and people want to see what they're up to, or are searching their name on Google or something. But like, that shouldn't take away from the creative work you've done, because I think it's phenomenal. All right, let's check out this last video for Chelsea here. So sick. Those match cuts on the ball are so cool.
Hello, Chelsea FC. Welcome to the USA from FICO.
Stateside, baby.
God, this work is crazy. So many hyperlapses. This is like drugs. It actually feels like I'm on drugs right now watching this. That was so engaging. Like, you know when someone puts time into making like the first 5 seconds of a video like really sick? That was this entire video. The fast cuts with different kicks off the start, working in the name of the sponsor, where the soccer ball turns into the O and then the rest of the sponsor's name appears, and then that name is like actually part of a building and the building pops up next to it. And then you zoom out and start a hyperlapse sequence off of that. That requires a ton of planning to make something like this. It all just starts with a bunch of pre-production. You need to know exactly what your transitions are going to look like. When you're planning the hyperlapse sequence, you got to say, okay, we're going to hyperlapse this area with this area and this area, and they're going to all cut together based on a common element, like this Chelsea logo and the screen that's going to be in all of the hyperlapses. Or like when you're doing a photo collage, you're saying, okay, I'm going to shoot a photo of all these players doing a similar pose, posing for the camera, waving, whatever. I'm going to shoot close-ups of the logo. And then we're going to match cut all of those together. And we're going to use this specific overlay. Or like even that shot where you transformed the 49er stadium into a Chelsea branded soccer field. Again, that requires you to decide, okay, I'm going to set up a time lapse from the same spot for a 49ers game, and while they're transforming the field from the 49er stadium to the Chelsea stadium. And then I'm going to mask out the actual green area And while all this 49ers fans are in the stadium, I'm going to have the field transformed to be a Chelsea FC branded soccer field. You have to think about that. You have to go back to that stadium on multiple days at the exact same spot and get the exact same shot. All that for a 2-second clip that transitions into guys playing soccer. It's incredibly thoughtful throughout, all the match cuts, all the hyperlapses, showcasing all the different like key parts of America and San Francisco, showcasing the entire journey from England to America to play this game. When you have the technical skills to make something that good, and you have the time to be so intentional and so thoughtful about every single aspect of that video. And in that video, it was an engaging piece to show who the sponsor is off the top, the team beginning their journey from England to San Francisco, showcasing the team on the plane, showcasing around San Francisco and things that are typically American, since the team is coming from England and being in America is a big deal. Like how to show a wide establishing shot of the stadium in an engaging way that isn't just a video clip, but rather shows the transformation of the stadium as a whole. And then how to incorporate game action into all of this somewhere at the end. To do all of it in a thoughtful way at a high level and then execute on it like this, it's ultra impressive. I think from now on, like I might look back on that video when I'm making some like road travel type of videos for my new job working with the women's hockey team, the Ottawa Charge, to like make their videos traveling on the road look as engaging as that. I love looking at Instagram and drawing inspiration from all these different video creators. I think that it can be really cool to see something and then take the elements that you like of it, or take the concepts that were used and apply them to your own work. But that's going to be all for this video. So if you liked this video, then please subscribe to the channel, because I post videography and video editing tips and tutorials similar to this one on a regular basis. I do a lot of reaction stuff like this, where I'm reacting to either videos on Instagram or reacting to videos that you submit, which is on the channel as well. You can check out one of those videos up here. It'll be in the end card as well. But like, if you have any questions about this or any comments, drop them in the comment section. I always love chatting it up. And yeah, that's going to be all for this one. So until next time, peace.